Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. You can see we're having a very nice winter day. This is our first snowstorm of the year. We got about 8 inches, so kind of cool. But anyway, so in this episode today we're going to pick the winner for the EDC giveaway that I posted on Christmas Day. So we are at the point where I'm going to pick that. Before we do that, I'm going to provide you with the shop tour to give you some additional content for this particular video. And then once we get to the end of that, then we'll go right into picking the winner. So just to give you a little background about myself, my name is Shane Wismeyer. I am currently living in Pennsylvania. I've been here for the last 28 years. I am originally from Billings, Montana, and I will be retiring from my full-time job here in the next 2 years. And I'm in the process of building my home and shop back in Montana. So I'm going to have some videos in the future about the progress of the shop build and the house build over the next couple of years. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, let's get started with the shop tour. So hang on a second while I reorient this camera and get ready. Okay, as you can see, my shop is a single car garage that's integrated within my house. So it's underneath, it's on the same level as the basement, so I can come into the garage door or in this side door here. And starting with this little center bench or table, this is where I do most of my grinding or welding. I will put things in the vise here and weld them up, weld billets, weld just regular standard welding. And also for angle grinding, anytime that I use an angle grinder, I usually I chalk up the piece in the vise here and I do my grinding right here towards the door. I have a disc sander. That's basically I just use for getting handle scales completely flat. This is not a variable speed, it's only one speed, so I only use it for one type of thing, and that's it. As you can see, I have a horizontal bandsaw. This is a metal cutting bandsaw. It runs at a very slow speed, and this is what I use to cut up all my material for Damascus, usually 15N20 and 1084. Those attachments there will go to my 2x72. That is a surface grinding attachment, and I'll get to that when I get over to the grinder. Just a standard toolbox, fairly large, counter space, worktop bench just for additional space to work. And so coming up to the big equipment here, I do have a 16-ton Cole Iron Works hydraulic press, and I have several different dies for the attachments there. Flat dies, combination dies, also some drawing dies that I made out of some blanks, squaring dies, and fullering dies. The welder that I use is just a little flux core 125 from Harbor Freight. This seems to work extremely well for what I do. I only am basically just using it to tack weld metal together, and also to weld up billets for Damascus. Over here to my forge. My forge is a chili forge. This is the Habanero 2-burner, and it is a workhorse. This thing gets extremely hot, and you can see the flange is starting to burn through, so I do need to do some welding repair. Those comes with ceramic inserts in the bottom, and I've already gone through 2 of those from having flux build up on them, and that is just horrible. So I replaced those with a couple of new ones, And I no longer use flux because it is just horrible on your forge. I usually use a 40-pound setup, 40-pound tanks. I have a couple of those that I get filled up, and they last me a good while if I'm not doing a bunch of forge welding, but for the most part. I keep them in a bucket of water because the 40-pounders will freeze up. Just like the 20-pound tanks, these will freeze up as well, so I keep them in water. I have about a 65-pound ram or 75-pound ram tire hammer that I got from Raymond Head down in Alabama. Had this for a couple of years now. It's a great addition to the shop. It's kind of nice to have. If I were to pick between one or the other, obviously it would be the press. Just more versatile. You can draw out quicker, forge weld billets, even pressure, but for drawing out and doing flattening, it's great to have the power hammer as well. If you're just thinking about getting one or the other, go with the press first, and then as time permits and you have money, then pick up a tire hammer or another type of power hammer. All right, coming over to the grinding area, I don't have a separate grinding room, which makes my shop extremely dirty, and I'm constantly sweeping and vacuuming, so it's just one of the things I have to deal with in this shop. But this is a TW90. It will go into horizontal. It is a variable speed. I can flip it to orientation this way, and I can also flip it around so that it will go into the horizontal mode. The attachments that came with this was I did purchase a 12-inch, or is it 10 or 12-inch wheel, and then the surface grinding, or not, excuse me, the small wheel attachment right here. This flips around, so you can put two wheels on here, and then you just kind of flip it back and forth to the different sizes that you need for whatever it is that you're contouring. And this is for the surface grinding attachment. I believe this is a 3-inch wheel for the 2x72, fits on there, and then those other attachments that I showed you earlier hook up to this, and I can surface grind with that. Lots of belts. Lots of money invested in belts, and I keep quite a few on hand. This is another toolbox. Coming over here, I have a 9-inch bandsaw. This is from Wen. This is a pretty decent little unit. It's lasted me a good while. I've had it for a few years. I do put better blades on it, a little bit wider. I use a 3/8-inch wide blade, and I typically only use this for cutting wood or G10 or stabilized wood. Otherwise, the number of teeth per inch that I use is basically for wood, so that's all I use it for. Drill press, variable speed, that's kind of nice. And my heat treat oven. This was one of the first things that I got when I started making knives about 14 years ago. I picked up a heat treat oven and also a 2x72, which was a Grizzly at the time. And I no longer have that. I did upgrade to the TW90 about 4 years ago. But the Grizzly 2x72 worked just fine, and wish I still had it, but I gave it away to a fellow maker that was in need, so I gave it to him, and now he's pretty happy with it. Okay, so let's see, next up here, this is the mini mill. This is also a Grizzly product. It is no longer available, so it's kind of hard to get parts for, and it's also kind of a pain in the butt to get accessories that fit because it's such a small unit. But for what I use it for is mostly just cutting slots for guards and truing up shoulders on the Ricassos, and it seems to work just fine. It's not like I need super tight precision, but this is what I have, and that seems to work just fine for me. Quench tanks down below here. This the tall one's filled with Parks 50, and then I have a shorter one. That's AAA, and then I have an ammo can in the corner over there. That's also AAA. Usually do my hand sanding right here. Have a little vise set up with a slab of a 2x3, and I just clamp it down, and this is where I hand sand all my blades. Oh, another thing too is my anvil is 110 pounds. This is what I use to hammer on. It's 110 pounds, and I'll just kind of give you a couple of my favorite hammers. I really like hammers from Knits and Lily, Lily hammers. So that's his handle on Instagram, is Knits and Lily, and I love his hammers. These are fantastic. They're just the right size for me. I like a thicker handle that's shorter. They're great. They're great hammers. If you haven't checked him out, check him out on Instagram. Okay, now back to the giveaway. All right, everyone. Here is where we're at. I went to Google and just found a randomlist.com. This is just a name picker. And what I'm going to do is I have all the names listed in the box. I have 25 names that entered the giveaway. And the winner is at Love JCDC, Bigfoot Dude. Hey, I know who Bigfoot Dude is. Don't know him personally, but he is a subscriber, and I know he does watch my videos because he comments on quite a few of them, so I appreciate that. So I'm kind of glad to give something back to you, Mr. Bigfoot Dude. I will get in touch with you. I will send you, I'll probably just tag you in either this video once I post it or the previous one. But I'm sure you'll probably watch this as it comes out, and we'll just go from there. So, hey, thanks a lot for your support. Thanks for putting your entry in. Thanks for communicating with me in the comments. It was a good time. So once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll do another giveaway. Not sure if I'll do a leather project or if maybe I'll do another knife. Put your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think is a good idea for a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So I'm a little over 600 now. Shouldn't be too much longer. All right. So anyway, thank you very much again for tuning in. As always, God bless you and have a great day.